All right, so today we're looking at how do we use models to show decimal by decimal multiplication. So I'm going to be using two different colors here. I'm going to use a yellow and a blue. So my very first problem that I have is 3/10 times 5/10. So I'm going to use my yellow to represent the 3/10, and I'm going to shade in vertically 3/10. So there is 1, 2, 3/10. Okay, now what's happening here is when I do decimal by decimal multiplication, we're only looking at a part of the part, okay, right? Because I don't have one whole object here. I only have 3/10 of that object, but I only want to look at 5/10 of that object or half of that object. So if I've used my yellow for my 3/10, I'm going to use my blue for my 5/10. I went vertically for the first number, so I need to go horizontally for the second number. So I'm going to shade in 5/10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, when we do part by part multiplication or decimal by decimal, your final product is where those parts overlap. So they overlap right here. I'm going to try and put a box around it. And if I count how many hundredths have both colors, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15 hundredths is the product of 3/10 times 5/10. Our next problem is 4/10 times 1/10. I'm going to use my yellow for the 4/10 and shade in 4/10 of my whole. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to multiply that by 1/10. I'm going to use my blue. So again, going horizontally, I'm going to shade in 1/10. They only overlap on 1, 2, 3, 4 hundredths. So the product of 4/10 times 1/10 is 4 hundredths. All right, my next problem is 6/10 times 2/10. Again, I'm going to shade in my yellow for the 6/10. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to use my blue for the 2/10. Go horizontally, so that's 1, 2, and they only overlap. Oops, went a little too far. There we go. They only overlap on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hundredths. And the last one we'll do together is going to be 7/10 times 6/10. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just make it a little bit neater. And 6/10 I'll do horizontally with my blue. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, we got a bigger area here to look at where things are overlapping. Get 42 hundredths.